What's up, you guys? So I just wanted to really quickly record a video. Today I'm kind of sick, so it won't be very long, and I have a bunch of muscle aches. But I just want to tell you about my plans, how I'm making money. So as you guys know, a lot of you know that I'm making money from like real estate in the US, and part of my income is as a real estate agent, making sales in the US through my brand, sales, finding affiliates, finding people that are interested in connecting to real estate agents in other states, and then connecting those people and collecting like a referral commission from those people. So let's say I connect someone who is looking to buy a house in Tennessee, connecting them with a real estate agent in Tennessee, and then getting a percentage of the sale whenever that person buys a house. Let's say from Virginia and they want to move to Tennessee or something like that. And I can do that because I'm a licensed real estate agent in the US, and I have a brand, and I connect people, and people reach out to me all the time saying, oh, I really like this place that you promoted in this state, or I really want to move to Florida or whatever. The problem with doing this in the US is that there's a lot of regulations surrounding advertising. As a real estate agent, I'm not allowed to advertise any listings that are from a different broker than mine, from a different brokerage. So basically what that means, I could essentially go to jail for promoting an active listing that belongs to another brokerage, for posting pictures, even just posting pretty pictures, not even saying buy this house, but just posting a pretty picture from an active listing that doesn't belong to my brokerage. A legitimate question is, wouldn't those sales agents or anyone that's promoting that listing, that is trying to sell that listing in their brokerage, wouldn't they want help with advertising? Wouldn't they want someone like me promoting their listing so that they get an extra, maybe they get an out-of-state buyer, maybe they can make more money out of the listing, maybe they can get more offers on their house, wouldn't that be good for them if I'm promoting their listing? But the problem is the regulations have become so detailed and complicated over the years, so that the idea is that they're protecting those pictures, those descriptions, that listing from being given to another agent. They're protecting that agent's listing. So they're like, okay, they don't want to risk that agent losing their relationship with that customer that they're trying to help sell their house. The problem is, in the process, they've squashed the ability to make certain properties go viral. And I don't know if that's the only idea. It could be they also just don't want people to be able to advertise their homes so widely. But things are changing now, and now because of all these regulations with real estate agents are not able to properly advertise, and we pay so much money every year to keep our licenses, and so much money and so much training to keep our licenses, and then not only that, we're handicapped from being able to do an adequate job in advertising. So more and more people are ditching real estate agents. Understandably, they don't want to pay 2.5% or 3% commission to a real estate agent for something they can much better do themselves, and they can better advertise themselves. And then as a real estate agent, if you notice on my real estate website, people who do a lot of really good research will find that I never promote active listings on my real estate website. They're always places that are already being lived in, already purchased, or if I am promoting an active listing, it's going to be with the explicit permission from the person who's like, please advertise my place. So I still will connect people and help them get directed to real estate agents in their target city, but I won't actively promote other people's listings because it's illegal. So what I've decided to do is I've decided to start expanding business to outside of the US, because as a real estate agent, maybe I'm hindered from properly advertising in the US, but that doesn't stop me from being able to advertise across the world. So I'm seeking advertising partnerships in other countries, in Latin America, Colombia, where I'm at right now, other places. And sure, that means more business outside of the US. Of course, as someone who's always been very grateful to the US for saving my family, my family found freedom in the US after leaving the country, and I've always been America first. So of course, if it was possible to do this, I would love to be doing this in the US, but as a lot of you might be aware of, there are just so many regulations that make the barrier to entry very high. So, unless you're like a full-blown brokerage that with so many beautiful properties and you own pretty much everything, so you don't even have to advertise anybody else's properties, you know what I mean, in order to make money, then fine, good for you. But a lot of us are new. A lot of us need to advertise other people's properties in order to keep our business going. And it's just impossible when you are regulated that much. So, I don't want to say regulations are bad, because, there's always a purpose whenever a regulation comes into play. There's always a reason. There's always, I don't want to say that I know everything. But I just want to point out that there's me and there's a lot of people like me that are moving out of the US, at least in, promoting and advertising, because we are just hindered. We're squashed from doing that in our home countries. And to people that say that that's being traitorous or un-American or anti-American or not America first, I just say that you're naive or you're deluding yourself. You're naive, or you just are being intentionally lying to yourself. Because what's happening. You know that if you tried to do this in the US, you wouldn't be able to do it either. And I would love to be in the US. That's where all my family and friends are. So people that are like, oh, you're just running off and I also want to give a shout out really quickly to Nomad Capitalist. Nomad Capitalist is a really awesome brand. You guys see me share their stuff all the time. They're a consultant. They're an offshore banking and investing and living consultant. And I don't know if I'm describing them correctly, but they help you strategize. And if you're trying to move out of your Western country, maybe have a more lucrative business, save on taxes, stuff like that, they help you do that. So I've just always been a Nomad Capitalist fan for as long as I can remember. Of course, capitalism is in the name. But as they point out, just because a country is called a capitalist country, an economy is called capitalist, you can see that not everything is as it is labeled. And the US is kind of going the way of a lot of other Western countries that call themselves free market capitalists, yet the regulations are locking down and saying the culture is becoming less and less freedom-minded and more pro-censorship, banning things, banning this and that, and eat the rich and all of that. And so we criticize China and all these other countries for being communist countries, when the US, the taxes in California are higher than the highest tax bracket in Venezuela, where we're constantly dissing on and calling them a communist country. You know what I mean? Just because a country is called communist or socialist, it doesn't mean that their freedoms that you're going to find there are necessarily less than the freedoms you'll find in your Western free country. I just wanted to point that out. I'm not saying it's better to live in Venezuela. I've never been to Venezuela. I've been to Colombia. This is where I'm at in Colombia. It is really nice. It's a really nice lifestyle, and I am enjoying it. And I'm just sick, so that's why I look like this. But yeah, like, I'm here for the price, to be honest. It's cheaper than anywhere I've ever been, but it's like way prettier than anywhere I've ever been too, which is crazy. It's crazy how you can find such beautiful things at such a low price point, only because people don't know about it. You know, people know about the US, people know about Canada, Australia, they know about Western brand name countries, but they don't know about like these beautiful, like gorgeous, not popular places. So, you know, I'm here to bridge the gap maybe a little bit. So anyway, hope that was informative in some way, and I will see you guys in the next video, and I'll keep updating you on my plans, business stuff that I'm trying out. Anyway, see you guys in the next video.